Hey guys, it's Carva. Just call me Cara. Coming back from Horizon. I'm here again to start another Q&A. Q&A part 2. We're going to start doing these every Friday. They're going to be scheduled for 4:30, but today it was kind of busy in the store, so I wasn't able to start yet. But the first question, I'm going to go over some questions that I missed from last time. So I have a list here of questions I want to start. But you guys can go ahead and start asking questions on the side, and then I'll go ahead and answer them. The first question we get a lot is where are we located? We only have one location right now, but we have big dreams and hopes of being all over soon. So right now we're located at Northgate Mall in Durham, North Carolina. This is our only physical location, but you can order online at HairizonBeauty.com. We ship anywhere nationwide, or worldwide actually. So you can always just order online. The next question we got a lot is how much for a hair consultation. So we do offer hair consultations where you come in, we test products on your hair, we figure out your porosity for you. A lot of people like to bring in their their hair products, and we'll like go over ingredients for you to make sure they're safe. We'll test those products on your hair to make sure they work fine. And the consultation is $25, and that $25 goes towards your product purchase. So it's kind of like a credit. So you'll get $25 off of whatever you buy. The next question we get is how can we order products? You can go to HairizonBeauty.com. Most of the products I'm going to show you, you're going to be able to see it on the website. But if not, you can always call us and order. We can take orders over the phone. Let's see. How can you tell the porosity of your hair? So the way to tell the porosity of your hair is you will make sure your hair is freshly washed and air dried. You don't want to have any product on the piece that you're going to test. And then you'll get a bowl of distilled water. Don't use like your tap water or anything, because the tap water has like minerals and stuff in it, and that can affect the porosity test. So you just want to use plain distilled water. And you'll get your bowl and you'll take a couple strands and you'll drop it in the water. As soon as you drop the hair in the water, if it sinks right down to the bottom, you have high porosity. If it kind of hangs in the middle, you'll have what they consider normal, medium porosity. But if it just sits on top the whole time, it's not trying to go under, it's just sitting right on top, then you have low. And usually low porosity tends to be healthier, just because there's no damage done to the cuticle. The cuticle is tighter to the strand. Then you have low porosity, and with low porosity you have to use lighter, more water-based products. And then with high porosity, usually people with the color, heat damage, relaxers, they'll have high porosity. And with high porosity you have to use heavier things. So think high, heavy, low, light, and that's how you remember. And you can have two different ones. People who are transitioning, they tend to have low porosity at the roots, high porosity on the ends. But once you cut all the relaxed hair off, you'll be low porosity. And you can't have like low to medium, because me, I'm like low to medium. That's just how my hair is. I'm not sure why, but I have low to medium. So you can test it like that during the bowl test. Really easy. Or you can schedule for a consultation to come in and we can do it for you. All right. Next question. What do you recommend for hair that has been damaged from using relaxer? From relaxer, it's basically you have to transition from it. Definitely do a lot of deep conditioning. You want to alternate between like a protein-based deep conditioner and a moisture-based deep conditioner. Alternate between the two weekly, but deep conditioning is something I definitely recommend. And then keeping your hair hydrated. It is a little bit harder to transition without big chopping, because you do have two different porosities, so it's harder to find products that work for both porosities. So I do highly recommend the big chop if you're mentally ready for that, because that's a big thing, like chopping your hair off. I could not do that. So like big ups to people who do big chop. It is a lot easier though, like way easier to just big chop it, take it all off. But definitely deep conditioning if you're transitioning from heat damage, relaxers, deep condition, definitely. I have one question here, so I'll pause from my question on the sheets. What can I use on my boy's hair? One has tight coils and the other are a little loose. So you want to keep them curly, or do you want to focus more on like hydrating? Because if you want to do it curly, you can use our product called Yugo Curl. It's a curl enhancing gel. You just apply it to the hair when it's wet. The wetter the hair, the better. And you'll just like finger comb it through and then let the hair air dry. I recommend that. For moisture, let's see. Usually kids have low porosity because they don't have any color. You've never put heat to their hair, so they tend to have low porosity. So you want to use something that's lighter. You could use, we have the aloe butter is usually good. And let's see what else. Aloe butter, you want to do an oil. You can do like sesame oil. And you want to do the lock method on their hair too. So usually for low porosity, LCO works better than LOC. So you can do, just for the boys, you can do the aloe water as their liquid. The cream, you can do the aloe butter. And if you want something to help define the curls, add in the Yugo curl. And then last, you'll do your oil, which will be like the sesame or the safflower oil. Usually that works for kids, I find. It works pretty good. My mom stepped in. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. All right, so I'm going to keep going. If anybody have any other questions, you guys can just put them in the comments. But I'm going to keep going for my paper. The next question, do you have a product for hair growth? We do. We have two different ones. If you're catching like the hair loss early, or you're just trying to focus on like general moisturization, general like hair growth, I recommend the Lucky 7 growth oil. And it's a blend of 7 different essential oils. And then we add in a bonus oil, the Jamaican black castor oil. I recommend that. If it's something more severe, like you've been through like chemotherapy, you have like alopecia, and you waited years to try to bring the hair back, or something like that, we have a product called Rejuvenate for women, and we have Rejuvenate for men. Right now we're out of the Rejuvenate for men, but we have Rejuvenate for women. I usually recommend that to more severe cases of hair loss. And it's made by a local lady. Her name is LaShan. If she watches this, hey LaShan. But it's by Pure Bella, and it's Rejuvenate for women. I recommend that. And both of those you can apply to the scalp daily, and you'll massage it in for like 3-4 minutes. And that's what I recommend for hair growth. How do you tell porosity of your hair? We went over that. What do you recommend to protect hair from the heat this summer? I recommend the grapeseed oil. Grapeseed is a natural heat protectant from like artificial heat and like sun. And you can also use it on your skin as like a sun protect or sunscreen too. What do you recommend for tangles and knots? Definitely detangle when your hair is wet. Don't brush your hair or don't comb it when your hair is dry, please. A good time to detangle is when you're putting your conditioner in, because conditioner has good slip, so it helps slip the tangles out even more. If you want like an actual product for detangling, I'm sorry, I got distracted by a question. I'll get to your question in a second. If you want an actual product to help with detangling, we have two different ones for different porosity. So we have one for high porosity. It's the, Soultanicals Mango Dip Detangling Slip. It's a little bit heavier, but it detangles, like it melts the tangles away. And then for lower porosities, we have the Soultanicals Not So Fast. You can use that one, and it's a leave-in, like your leave-in conditioner. You can use that one, and that one also helps melt the tangles away. It's like a thinned out version of the Soultanicals Mango Dip Detangling Slip. So, yeah. All right. Next question. Oh, are you talking about what my porosity was? Is that what you asked? My porosity, I have low to medium porosity. I think that's what you're asking. So yeah, that's my porosity. And then the next question on here was talking about transitioning hair. I did talk about that. So transitioning, you just want to make sure you're keeping your hair hydrated. With transitioning your hair, it's going to break off regardless. Like you can keep it hydrated, but the hair that's grown in is so much stronger than the relaxed hair. It's going to try to push off that relaxed hair right at the the right at the, what is it called? What is it? What is it called? Oh, when you're transitioning. No, oh the the relaxed hair, the scab hair. Oh. I can't remember. It'll start breaking off like right at the scab hair point, and that's the point where you can look and see where it's curly, and then it just a blunt cut and goes to straight. Right in between that is called the scab hair, and the strong hair will start breaking off or pushing off the relaxed hair at the scab hair point, just because it's so much stronger than the relaxed hair. And those are all my questions from here. Do you guys have any other questions? Anybody? I need more questions, Valor. Yep, and I just want to remind you guys that we are located in Durham, North Carolina, at Northgate Mall. We do get asked a lot where we have to like natural stylists here in Durham. I highly recommend Bree, and I'll show you guys her Instagram. Her Instagram is, her specialty is in like locks and stuff, but she does great like crochet, and all that kind of stuff. Her name is Bree. Let's see. Here we go. So her Instagram name is Natural Vibes Hair Spa. Her Instagram used to be Bree_stay twisting, but currently it's Natural Vibes Hair Spa, and this is her Instagram. So this is who I recommend everybody to go to that comes in the store. I usually tell them to go to her because she did such a great job, and she does use all natural hair and skin products. I also recommend people to go to LaShawn DeBerry. She's the one who makes the Rejuvenate that I was telling you guys about. She has a salon as well. So I recommend her. Those are the two stylists in Durham I recommend. If you live in Raleigh, I recommend Taji Natural Hair Salon, especially for like cuts and stuff. They do cut on curly hair, so I recommend them. What are some ways to retain length? Definitely focus on keeping your hair hydrated. As long as your hair is hydrated and you know you're keeping up on the hydration, you see your hair retain the length a lot. Usually with dry hair, it'll grow, but it'll start breaking off. So if you're taking a good job of keeping it hydrated, you'll see it'll start retaining its length. What do you recommend for itchy scalp? Do you have like dandruff and stuff too, or is it just itchy? Because a lot of times itchy scalp comes from over shampooing. You don't want to shampoo like every week. That's usually what dries your hair out. Our hair doesn't produce oils as fast as others' hair. So shampooing it every week really strips your natural oils out. So you want to co-wash it weekly and shampoo maybe like once a month or as needed. And usually that helps with the itchy scalp. At what age do you think babies can use hair products, and what kinds? Well, I don't have any kids myself. I'm sorry. What age? Because not newborn, we just do like oil and stuff. But what age do we?
I would say 2 years or older.
2 years?
Yeah, but I would do oils.
Just oils.
Like the lightest, like sunflower oil.
I usually do like sesame for the kids too. Like sesame while they're like babies. But once their hair starts filling in, you can start adding in like a cream. But at max, like a cream, like aloe butter or something light like that. And then a oil after that. But you don't want to start putting a lot of stuff into their hair until they're like 2 or 3. You'll start adding in like leave-ins and all that. But other than that, try to keep it as simple as possible. So for kids, you want to go really light because kids always have low porosity. So you can do the aloe butter and the sesame. That's the products I recommend. Oh, you love the Yugo Curl Gel. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. What's good for your dry scalp? The shampoo, like I said earlier. You can also make an oil. You can do an oil instead of using like grease and stuff to to grease your scalp, you can grease your scalp with like an oil, and you can do a base of like sweet almond or, let's see, sweet almond or avocado, because avocado oil is a super moisturizer. And then you can put a few drops of like tea tree oil in it, or like rosemary or peppermint, something minty, to get the blood flowing up there, and it'll help with the itchiness. So that'll help with the itchy scalp. I live in New Orleans. My hair got really dry. What is it dry from? What is it dry from? I need more details on that question. Okay. Oh, and I'll show you guys the Yugo Curl, because we do get a lot of questions about the Yugo Curl, the curl enhancing gel. So I'll explain to you guys exactly how to use it, because a lot of people order it and they're not using it properly. So I'll show you guys, or tell you guys exactly how to use that. Do you have a bottle I can show them of the Yugo Curl? So the Yugo Curl is a curl enhancing gel that we make. It is aloe vera gel based, and it is made by the owners right in their kitchen. So the Yugo Curl is considered like your styler. It's not something you'll rely on for like moisture. So you still have to use your moisturizing products with the Yugo Curl. So here is the bottle. And you get, this is a 16-ounce bottle, and a little bit goes a long way. So this bottle, it lasts me like six months. It lasts me, and I use it weekly. And then sometimes I touch up midweek with it. So 6 months with that. So this is it. And it's real, like gunky feeling. So it really helps cling on to your curls and separate them. So with the Yugo Curl, we do teach the lock method. So I recommend using the lock method for the best results with your wash and go. So you'll do, first you do like the aloe water, and that's like a primer for your hair. So you'll do your aloe water, and then you'll do your leave-in. For lower porosity, make sure you're using like a spray leave-in. If you have higher porosity, use a heavier leave-in, like a cream or something like that, but not too heavy. Not like shea butter or anything. For low porosity, you'll do your liquid, your leave-in, and then your cream next. So you'll do your creamy moisturizer. That's when you'll add in, after your cream is when you'll add in the gel. And you want to finger comb this through to make sure your curls turn out the best. So you do that, and then after that, you'll seal it with the oil. And a little bit of oil is all you need. So you'll get a little bit of oil, rub it through your fingers, then your finger comb that through your hair, and then you let it air dry. And when it's air drying, with any washing, or when it's air drying, try to keep your hands out of it, because touching it too much will cause it to get really frizzy. So put your products in and move to the next section, and don't touch it anymore. For high porosity, you want to do LOC. So you'll do your liquid, which is the aloe water. Then you do your leave-in, and then you do your oil, and then you do your cream. And then after your cream, you'll add in your Yugo Curl. And the same thing, your finger comb it through, and then air dry it. Try not to touch it. Let's see. No poo, and I apply the gel and have gotten great results when using it with the leave-in. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Alicia. I will be able to do a demo. That would be great. I can do a demo on somebody on our next show. I'll bring somebody in, and we can do a live demo on camera. That way you guys can see like how to use it. I'll plan for that next time. So I'll bring somebody in, and then I'll show you guys how to apply step by step the gel on your hair. That way you can get a feel of how to use it and how much to apply and all that kind of stuff. What's good for damaged hair? It depends on how damaged it is and what kind of damage it is. Like I was saying earlier, with damaged hair, definitely deep condition. Deep conditioning helps turn around any kind of damage, like heat damage. I know I had to transition from heat damage, and at first I wasn't deep conditioning at all. And it was taking a lot longer for my hair to transition or revert back to the curls. But once I start deep conditioning, and with the heat damage, I would alternate between like a protein-based one and a moisture-based one. So I alternated between the two weekly. So I did protein-based 1 week and then moisture-based the next week, and that helped speed up the like my hair recovery process. And then just making sure you're keeping it hydrated. Making sure you're either I recommend big chopping it or like growing it out and then cutting a good amount off of the damaged hair so you can get rid of it, because holding on to damaged hair is not going to do you any good at all. So I definitely recommend go ahead and getting it cut off if you can. And then protective styles. So protective styling it to keep it, let's keep your hands off of it or whatever. And we have a volunteer for next week. Kimberly, if you can inbox us, maybe you can come in and I can show them how to do the Eagle curl. That'll be great. Oh, you want to see the bottle again? Here you go. So this is the bottle of Eagle curl, and this is a 16 ounce. And I'll show you guys what it feels, what it looks like too. Give on the tester. So I'll show you guys a tester. That way you can kind of see what it looks like. So it's just clear. And you see how slimy that is? That's what you want to look for in a gel. Because this kind of texture, it'll help cling onto your curls and separate them. There it goes. So that's the gel. Alright, and then, oh thanks. So my lip color, I wore it on purpose today because it's my favorite Moni V lip color. I love this color. And it's the color, she did that. And it's a lip stain. So I've already eaten lunch and everything. I've been drinking all day. I've been snacking all day. And this is still how it looks. And I applied this morning. And it's like a purple. But you can follow her on Facebook. It's Moni B Cosmetics. And on the weekends until, I'm not sure the date that she's going to be there until. But on the weekend, she's at, what is that mall called? Triangle Town Center. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And she always keeps stock of all her lip colors here. But highly recommend it. I love her stuff. Thank you. Do you I want to introduce the owner. Hello. Owner.
Oh, you want me to come on?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to introduce the owner to you guys. Come on. Just peep. She's going to peep in, guys. Because a lot of the new people who started shopping here, they don't know what the owner look like. So here's Joy.
She would have me to come on. I'm make them on and I look a mess today. But hi, everybody.
She's been working hard. She's been working so hard, guys. She's the greatest boss ever, guys. So that's the owner. That's Joy.
One of them.
Oh yeah, one of the owners. Oh yeah, and then we have Miss Val. It's her mom. So it's a mother-daughter. And those are the two owners. But that's Joy. She's the one that's here right now. Miss Val isn't here right now. But I'll introduce her next time. All right. And then somebody wanted to know the ingredients in the Eagle Curl. So the ingredients in the Eagle Curl is aloe vera based. And it has distilled water, horsetail, nettle, chamomile, marshmallow root, citric acid, vitamin E, grapeseed oil, and black seed oil. Xanthium gum, and what's the last one?
Paraben-free preservative.
And a paraben-free preservative. My mom said, "Hey, Joy."
Your mom said hi?
Yeah.
Tell us hello.
I just started my natural hair journey. Can you advise me what I need? How long ago did you start, and how much relaxer do you have left, or did you big chop? That'll help me out a lot. Because if you big chop, then you'll have like low porosity. It'll be very easy to recommend you some stuff really quick. But if you're planning on like growing and cutting and not big chopping, it's a little bit harder for me to recommend products. If you do stay in Durham, I'd recommend you to schedule a hair assessment. Or we do video assessments. If you want to do a video assessment, that way we can sit down and like talk to you one-on-one. Like a more personalized consultation, you can do that. But if you did big chop, then I can show you some stuff real quick with your natural hair journey. Any other questions, guys? And you're welcome, Claire. You have a good night, too. I can't think of any more questions. Let me go put up questions from the last one. So, I want to put up questions from the last Q&A. Oh, Hairizon has been in business now since 2008. They used to be downtown on Main Street, and a lot of people don't know that we moved. So they used to be downtown on Main Street, next to like BU Cafe, and Dames. We used to be on the corner of West Main Street. So we were there for like 5 years. The end of last July, our building got bought out, so we had to relocate, and we relocated here to Northgate Mall. So we've been in business now. How long has that been? Since 2008. That's like 8 years. It's a long time. Do not want to big chop. So if you don't want a big chop and you are transitioning, I definitely recommend like protective styles. Definitely protective styles, because while it's in this protective styles, the hair tends to grow a lot faster because you're not constantly manipulating it. Make sure in the protective styles that you keep your scalp hydrated. But when you take them out of the protective styles, go ahead and cut a good amount of the relaxed hair off. And then you can put it back into a protective style. And if you keep doing that, your hair grows a lot faster, and you're able to cut a good amount of relaxed hair off each time. That goes next door.
We're taking a coffee break?
Yeah, I got some this morning. Yeah. So a question that we got last time is this just a hair store? Is there a salon? Is there as well? A lot of people think that we are a salon. We don't offer any salon services. We only do hair consultations, and then we have our hair products. So we're not a full service salon, but we do recommend you to some awesome cosmetologists.
Only hair assessments.
Yeah, only the hair assessments. Let me look for some more questions from the last one. And again, if you do want to order the products that I mentioned, you can order on HairizonBeauty.com. Okay, Faye. Oh, yeah, Faye, go ahead and come in. And then since you are transitioning, you can go ahead and schedule your hair assessment. You can just come in for your hair assessment, too. All right, I'm looking for one product that will bring out my natural curl without buildup. I would definitely go with the Ego Curl. But if you're looking to bring your curl out, you gotta have your hair moisturized. Because without moisture, your curls aren't gonna look as good, and it'll be a lot more frizzy. So using just one product, I mean, this will be fine to help bring your curl out by itself. But I still recommend using like moisturizers and stuff with it, because using moisturizers, your hair is just, it's gonna make your curls look a ton better. All right, next Saturday. See you next Saturday, Faye. I think I remember you coming in too before. I think I remember you. How long should you wait to see the Go Curl when changing over to natural hair? I'm not sure what she means by that. How long should you wait to use? Oh, how long should you wait to use the Ego Curl when? As soon as you start seeing like your curls, if you still have relaxed ends, if you use the Ego Curl, it's gonna be real curly, but then it'll still be straight. So I recommend using the Ego Curl like after you have all that relaxed hair off. That way you won't just have those real stringy ends. I would wait until like your hair is completely natural. Unless you have some kind of wave or something with the relaxed ends, but that's not, usually people don't have like some kind of wave with the relaxed ends, so I would wait until you have all the relaxed ends off and then try to go curl. Oh, I have a couple more questions to go. My hair is high porosity. Can you recommend a product line that would help me with this? I would recommend Tree Naturals. Tree Naturals has some good high porosity stuff. They have a leave-in that's good for high porosity, and then for a twist cream, they have. Oh wait, let me show you. Here you go. They have this whipped growth butter. If you wanted a product that you can customize from behind the bar for high porosity, you can use the shea butter, or we have the avocado butter, which is a good one for high porosity. You can mix the avocado with like mango butter to make it a little bit more thicker. That would be a good combination. How do you keep your ends from drying out? Definitely what I do to keep my ends from drying out, when I'm applying my product, I always put a little bit extra product on the ends, just because the ends are the oldest part of your hair. So they tend to be a little bit more, I wouldn't say damaged, but they're just older. So they just need a little bit extra attention. So when I'm putting my deep conditioner in, I put extra on the ends. When I'm putting all my products and my lock method in, I put a little bit extra on the ends. I always put extra product on the ends. I use coconut oil and wild root for moisture. Can you say the name again of the product so I can order? Oh, the Yugo Curl. Okay. The Yugo Curl Enhancing Gel is the one for the curls. So yeah, add this in, and it works best. The wetter your hair is, the better it's going to work. So here it is, and you can go ahead and order that. So try that and see how you liked it. So you'll do that, and then you'll just do your oil last. The oils that you use now, just do those after you put the Yugo Curl in, and then you'll just finger comb everything through, and then you'll be fine, and then air dry. This is the last question I'm going to take, and then I have to go. So what is Jamaican black castor oil used for? It's really good for your ends. I mean, not your ends. I'm sorry. For your edges, like if you want to regrow your edges. And it's also great for like hot oil treatments. If your hair is like really dry, you can use it as a hot oil treatment because it's really good at like packing in the moisture. I wouldn't recommend it. Definitely not for low porosity. For your O in the lock method, I don't recommend the Jamaican black castor oil because it's super heavy. So you don't want to do that. And that's the last question I'm going to take right now. So you guys can keep asking questions because I'll just take the questions from this one that I wasn't able to answer, and then I'll answer them in next Friday's video. So go ahead and keep asking questions, and then I'll continue next week. But it was good talking with you guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend.